Hey, it's Jamie, and today we're rehashing Proverbs 5 to 8. Solomon attempts to make two main points in today's passages. If you read them, you've probably got them. The one which takes up like the big bulk of the passage tells us that the wise person avoids adultery. Kind of a duh. A lot of these chapters are about women. Solomon was a bit of a ladies' man, I think, and was learning lessons as he went. Now, I know that adultery is kind of a duh. Like, oh, is that bad for you? You shouldn't do that. But sometimes I think we have to worry about who we're getting a little too friendly with. Like we explain off as innocent flirting or just a friend from work. But be sure to read these when you have a second, because it's not just what you think adultery is. It's all kinds of things. In chapter 5 and 7 here, they're legit titled about hanging out with immoral women and how you can tell they're immoral, etc. I don't know. I think everyone should take a little read of that one. For the second point, he writes that wisdom calls out loudly to anyone who will listen, and that it does not take much effort to acquire it. I kind of want to focus today on something which is like the middle of the two immoral women's chapters, chapter 6, verse 16, and I think you'll see why in a second. This is what I want to focus on, because his points are adultery and wisdom, but then he puts this right in the middle of the mix. He says there's 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him. He starts with haughty eyes. I looked it up. It means arrogance. A lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush to evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in their community. Now, most of these things are the subject of many, many sermons and homilies, and quick Google search will give you all kinds of sermons to watch. But we don't often talk about how God detests those who stir up conflict between others. These are the gossipers, the liars, the poop disturbers that seem to exist, I don't know, simply to watch the world burn, it kind of seems. But we've all done it. I know we've all done it with the keyboards, whispering something someone said bad about somebody else, or twisting the words to get the person in front of you all riled up. We've done that. My example, a church I once went to, I sometimes would call the church administrator and be like, oh my gosh, someone left all this garbage for me to clean up and they ate some of the food that I'd set aside for the homeless. Within minutes, my phone would be ringing with other members of the church calling to gossip about the mess and who left it. And I mean minutes, like 2 minutes. Talk about poop disturbing. This woman would hear my complaint, because I'm supposed to call her, and then she would, as fast as she could, call all these people so that we could all talk and gossip about this mess. Now, my sin in all this was a little different, because I sometimes, when someone yells at me or leaves a mess for me, or in this example, left me a bunch of garbage and ate my food, I will tell enough people in my circle until I get the response that I want. Does that make sense? Like, I will tell my husband, and if he's like, oh, that sucks, well, that's not the response I want. I want him to be mad for me. I want him to be upset with me. So then I'll go tell my son, and then I'll tell my best friend. Do you see what I'm saying? That was my sin in this. That's just as bad. That's just as bad as gossiping. And it is poop disturbing, and it's weird. And I don't do it anymore, thankfully, because, well, I have a Bible and follow God and read it. So and I realized that was kind of a weird thing I was doing. It was so imprisoning for myself, and it kind of was detrimental to my faith, really, but I did it. Now, throughout the book of Proverbs, we learn that wisdom teaches us that we need to take responsibility for what we can control. The Bible tells us repeatedly that the best thing we can do to address our problems is to put our trust in God. That's something we can control. And do the God he guides us to do. Something we can control. Nowhere does it tell us to stir up crap to get others going, to gossip our way into closer relationships, and to tell stories to get others to like us and then to dislike the person we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like you go up to someone and you go, Beverly said that you smell bad. And oh my goodness, I hate Beverly. Me too. And that was like mission accomplished because you just wanted that person to like you and hate Beverly. Do you know what I mean? So childish, so high school. But we still do it, don't we? Hopefully, not after today. Tomorrow we're reading Proverbs 9 to 13 if you want to read ahead. I hope you have a blessed day. If you got something else from these immoral women chapters today, please let me know. I'd love to learn with you. Comment, like the video to spread the word. And don't forget to say your prayers.
This is the Bible in a Year theme song.